Okay, yeah, that's right. And then I just switched to, it should switch to another camera. Okay, just a second. Lighten it up a little bit.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go to the press box after I'm done. Okay. So if you're around, then I'll. Good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I got everything off of it down
We'll begin in a moment. So we'll begin in a moment.
but I got everything. Huge. It took 28 hours. I got it. Bit by bit, right? Thank you.
Yes, I did.
Now I've got a order the back of it. The back. I don't know why I didn't have the back of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kinkaid. It's a great day to be a Falcon. And not only is it a great day to be a Falcon, today it's a great day to be a Jumbo, a Lynx, a Tartan, a Bear, a Pioneer, a Mammoth, and a Scout. And in NESCAT conference play, when the Mammoths play the Jumbos, look out. Today we have the opportunity to share and celebrate the extraordinary achievements of 7 of our student athletes, culminating with their signing letters of intent to play their sports at some outstanding colleges and universities across the country. This is a special day and is the result of hard work, dedication, and support from many of you in this room. We celebrate students' work in their sport and in the classroom. We also honor the commitment and support made by parents, family, coaches, teachers, counselors, and friends who helped make this day become a reality. Congratulations and thank you to you all. Today we will recognize the following student athletes. Ethan Jett, soccer, Tufts University. Thomas Richard, soccer, Rhodes College. Henry Hawthorne, soccer, Carnegie Mellon University. Jared Laston, lacrosse, Versailles College. Rod Muir, lacrosse, University of Denver. Pierce Frisco, baseball, Amherst College. And Colton Peacock, baseball, McAllister College. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Ethan Jett.
My journey as a soccer player has been filled with ups and downs. I started playing when I was 5 years old for a small team called the Texas Heat Wave. We would practice twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays and play a game every Saturday morning. To be honest, I enjoyed soccer. I loved scoring goals and celebrating my teammates, but my true passion was basketball. My skills were similar back then to how they are now. Horrible. For those of you who played basketball with me during lunch, you know that my bad jump shot combined with my 5'8" height made me a terrible basketball player. After playing in the youth league for a couple weeks, I quickly realized that soccer was my sport. Since then, my love for the game has only grown and taken me to different places around the world. I'd like to start by thanking God for blessing me with the talent and resources to excel at the game of soccer. Second, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Mom, through the ups and downs this game has put me through, you've always been there to build me up when I'm broken down or humble me when I get too arrogant. I wouldn't be the player I am today without your love and support. Dad, thank you for your love and guidance. Whether it was protecting me by not letting me play football in 7th grade because I was too small, or training me every day during quarantine, your constant support has molded me into the player I am today. I want to thank my sister Nadia and my brother Dylan for being my first real soccer team. I'll love you and miss you next year. I want to thank Coach Dietrich from middle school. Thank you for soccer at Kinkaid. Your competitive spirit and practice every day taught me to never quit and always fight. To Coach O, I'd like to thank you for working with me through my 4 years as a Falcon. Your tactical knowledge and calm presence taught me how to control my fiery soccer personality. To Coach Brooks, thank you for taking the chance to allow small freshmen with incredible technical skills. Playing under you has been one of the best experiences of my life. You've taught me how to be a good leader and man, and I'm proud of what we accomplished over the past 4 years. Coach Earl, thank you for challenging me to become a student of the game. Your experience and knowledge has made me a better player and teammate. To my teachers, thank you for working with me and helping me balance out my schedule as a student athlete. To my teammates, thank you for teaching me how to be a better teammate and leader. I'd like to thank one of my best friends, Henry Hawthorne. Our competition over the last 4 years has forced me to develop my game in many different ways. I'd also like to thank Thomas Richard. Thank you for calming me down when I get too ramped up. I want to congratulate my fellow student athletes who signed today. And lastly, Roll Bros.
Thank you everyone for coming out here to support me and phenomenal student athletes behind me. Every one of y'all deserve this, and I'm so proud of y'all. Thank you to all my teachers, coaches, friends, and family that helped me here and supported me throughout my soccer career. I couldn't be more grateful for y'all. The first person I want to thank is my brother. With countless hours and days and sacrifices for me to who I have done to get here. To hearing your screeching yell on the sidelines, and me questioning whether or not I should yell at you to stop in the field. To all the early mornings with the awful hotel breakfast, just for me to get a chance to play at the next level. I love you, and I'm beyond grateful for what you have done for me. Shout out to my dad for coming to all my soccer games to support me. I love developing an interest in the Premier League together throughout the years. I love you. Next, I would like to thank Coach O and Coach Brooks. Thank you, Coach Brooks, for always coming to practice with a good attitude and making practices interesting throughout the years. Thank you for reaching out to the Rhodes coach for me and putting in a good word. I can't thank you enough for that. And thank you to Coach O for always shooting with the goalkeepers while we were practicing. I wish I had your job. But seriously, thank you, Coach O, for bringing the tactics into the game and always improving the way I think it can be done. I'm so glad I got to be a part of y'all's first ever SBC championship run. Although some of them are not here right now, I want to thank my club coaches, Tarek, who's in the crowd over there, Darren, and Elvin. Thank you, Coach Tarek, for taking me to all the showcases to see college coaches and making sure we can hear you yelling at us from the sidelines. And thank you to Coach Eldon for making me the slowest I've ever been in my entire life and teaching me the value of discipline. And thank you to Coach Darren for always being so positive and having the best life advice. And lastly, I would like to thank my friends and teammates for the fond memories you have given me during my time at Kinkaid. Special shout out to King's Court, you know who you are. Ethan Jett for always spicing up practices and almost started with fights with Chris to the point where he has to leave practice. I'm sure I wanted to fight you during practice many times as well. Shout out to Henry Hawthorne for always screaming during practice and making sure you let us know when we mess up and you're going to laugh. And finally, shout out to Alistair for being my keeper throughout the years and being my friend on and off the field. You guys make it all worthwhile, and I would not be here without y'all. So thank you and go Leafs.
I'm Henry Hawthorne. I want to start off by congratulating all my fellow athletes this year on their commitments. It's been 14 years since I started soccer. At 4 years old, I remember long but fun days kicking the black and white ball with my brother and my dad at Lost Creek Park. I've always loved playing the game, but maybe that was because it was the only sport I played when I was young. However, although I loved almost every moment of soccer in my youth, it wasn't my priority. I was a chess player before I was a soccer player. Quite regularly, I would have a conflict of schedules between chess and soccer on the weekends, and I would miss my soccer game to play a game of chess. Although I was a big nerd in my early years, as soon I grew tired of chess, and eventually in 7th grade, soccer kicked out chess, and has only become a bigger part of my life since then. Soon, 9th grade rolled around and I entered Kinkaid. At such a pivotal moment in my life, I was scared. introverted and worried about fitting in and making friends. I feared a lonely 4 years. Luckily, I had a soccer team to rely on. Throughout every day, I couldn't wait to practice after school because I loved school soccer. All the seniors, my brother, and my fellow freshmen, Ethan, Thomas, and Alistair, helped me seamlessly move into the Falcon community. Furthermore, I can't thank Coach Brooks and Coach O enough for creating such a welcoming but still competitive environment in which I was able to grow not only as a player but as a person. Everyone would be lucky to have a coach like Coach Brooks. He was a close friend and a mentor at the same time. I know sometimes, quite often, I must have been just a bit annoying to the coaches. When things weren't going well, I would suggest changing things, and at the end of the day, Coach Brooks always genuinely listened to my complaints and took them to heart, and always made the best decision, even if most of the time my brilliant ideas were left ignored. I also want to further thank Coach Brooks for helping me in the recruiting process and finally trusting me enough to play striker for the last half of my senior year, which was the most fun I've ever had on the field. I'm so grateful to be part of Kinkaid's SBC winning team during my junior year and our incredible 4-year run throughout my time in high school. I also want to thank my friends and teammates for continuing to compete with me all 4 years of high school and helping drive each other to constantly improve in all aspects of our lives. I want to thank Coach John Berklow, Earl, Eldon, and Tara for running me to the ground some days and shaping me into the player I am today. Additionally, I want to thank my family. I want to thank my dad for watching almost every single one of my games, regardless of whether it's freezing, pouring, burning in California, Dallas, Las Vegas, and many other places. I want to thank my mom for always worrying about me and protecting my body, especially my head, while playing. And most importantly, I want to give a special thanks to my brother Charles. We walked the same road, same soccer, same activities. He paved the path that I followed, and I see him urging me to close the distance between us. We've had our fair share of big fights like every pair of siblings, but I would never want anyone else to be my brother. In his speech 2 years ago, he said he was excited to see me stand on this stage on my committee. And safe to say, I think I'm here right now, 2 years later, standing right where he did, except much taller. In the end, I wouldn't be here today without all of you. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. I'd like to thank my friends, families, teachers, and coaches who have helped me along the way. And congratulations to everyone sitting behind me. I'm so proud of you and can't wait to see you guys go to the next level. I'd like to start my list of thank yous by starting with my first ever lacrosse coach, Coach Muir. Whether you know it or not, you're the reason I'm standing up here today. You got me into the lacrosse and started me down this path. I found my love for the game because every time I stepped onto that highlights field so long ago, you showed everyone on that field how much love for the game you had. I truly can't thank you enough. Why? You've been with me since the first time I ever touched a stick. You pushed me to do better and better, even back in middle school when I was 4'2" and you looked like you could eat me. You still had me doing extra laps because you said champions always do extra. I'm so glad I get to share this day with you, and I'm going to miss our Falcon connection next year. I love you, buddy. To my parents, Mom, you've always supported me, even if you don't know what you're screaming for. You're always my #1 fan in the stands, and thank you for everything you've done for me. Dad, thank you for always making me laugh and pushing me so hard in soccer that I ended up hating it and quitting and started playing lacrosse. Also, thank you for constantly taking me to all my tournaments in the middle of nowhere. I appreciate all the hours you put into my recruitment process. I can't thank you enough. I love you guys. Thank you to my cousins for making the trip down here to be here today. Thank you to Coach Schaefer for giving me this opportunity to play the next level. Thank you to my other coaches, Coach Spot, Platt, and Centra. You guys have made me a better person, player, on and off the field in countless ways. I couldn't have done anything without you guys. Big shout out to Centra. Thank you for teaching me how to shoot overhand and making sure I'm ready to play at the next level. I'm going to miss having you constantly remind me how bad I am at shooting. I would also like to thank my teammates in basketball and lacrosse. Thank you for putting up with all my shenanigans all these years. Speaking of shenanigans, shout out to King Scorer, love you boys. Also, thank you to all the managers I've had over the years. I couldn't have done it without y'all. So thank you for everyone coming out here today. Shout out to Bo Taxi Sign, shout out to Heat, and go Bears.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan here, by the way.
Thank you all for being here today. First, a huge congrats goes out to all the other people on stage today. I've grown up alongside all of you and I'm very proud and excited to see what you all have in store throughout your college athletics careers and beyond. Throughout my time playing lacrosse so far, I've been fortunate to be on many teams led by humble, motivated, and dedicated leaders and coaches. There are too many incredible coaches that have impacted me to thank in this speech, but I would like to highlight coaches Centra, Pasquale, and Malcolm for leading the Kinkaid men's varsity lacrosse team and caring immensely for all your players, and to Coach Crimmins and Saunders with 6-star, and Coach Platt from Mini Talks all the way to the battles we have now. I would also like to thank Coach T, Coach Brown, and Coach Davis for taking a chance on me. The work is only just beginning. Additionally, a huge thank you goes out to Brandon, Michael, Ben, Rashad, Luis, Jonathan, Derek, and Harry for working with me to develop my craft, but also taking the extra time and effort to care about me as a person. You all are more important to me than you know, and there's no one else I'd rather have on my side. Thank you to Dean Mott and Mr. Reeds for supporting me through this process. Additionally, my teachers, friends, and teammates have all played a huge part in making my Kinkaid experience thus far so special, and I thank you and look forward to continuing our lifelong bonds. I would also like to thank two of my closest friends for always being by my side. Jared, congrats on Ursinus. They say you can take the guy out of Philly, but you can't take Philly out of the guy, and that certainly applies to you. Ursinus is incredibly lucky to have one of the coolest, smartest, hardest working, and most caring people I know coming in to lead their program. We've been balling together since the Houston Hawks days in 4th grade, and I know that you're ready to make this jump to college lacrosse. Know that I'm always keeping up with you and always have your back. George, though you're not on stage today, the commitment you have made for your college career is just as significant, if not more so, than any of us. Thank you for always having my back and pushing me to be the best version of myself every day. The Air Force is getting a dedicated, competitive, funny, and hardworking machine of a man in you, and I thank you for your lifelong friendship. The both of you will forever hold a special spot on my team in life, and I have confidence that the best is yet to come for us all. Hale, you always push me to get better every day, and whether it's our spontaneous wrestling matches, backyard basketball, or ping pong battles, we make each other better through our competition. I couldn't ask for a better brother, and I cannot wait to see what we're able to accomplish in high school and beyond. Also, you're still shorter than me. Grace, though you're not here today, you are the most supportive and caring older sister a brother could ask for. Your ability to constantly strive for excellence in whatever you do is special, and I hope to someday be half as tough as you are. Mom and Dad, thank you for carting me back and forth to tournaments all over the state and country. Thank you both for teaching me how to love the game of lacrosse and love the process of getting better through hard work. Dad, you're the best coach I've ever had in sports, and the hours you spent on practice plans or scouting opponents all the way through high school and probably college show your character and spirit that I hope to someday exhibit like you do. Mom, thank you for being my sports psychologist and for teaching me how to respond to adversity. Any grit that I have is from you, and your passion and tough love motivate me every day to be half the competitor that you are. To all my family, I love you and thank you for being a part of my team. My parents have always told me that life is a team game, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for being a part of my team. Thank you, go Falcons, and go Pioneers.
With that being said, there's no way I could have made it this far without the help of so many people around me. To my coaches, Coach Moss, Coach Landrum, Coach Gucher, and my trainer Dennis, and all of the others who have played a part of my success, thank you guys for the outpour of support for always pushing me to be my best. I also want to thank them for supporting me through my injuries, which I've had a lot of. I was injured all of freshman year and most of my junior year. However, these coaches made me realize that injuries were just minor setbacks when I was looking at my baseball career as a whole. In addition to my coaches, I would like to thank my friends. Without y'all, there's no way I would be in this position I am today. I'll miss our friendly competition and banter as I go off to college next year. Preston and Harrison, I wouldn't choose anyone else to be my teammates over the last 6 years. From 8th grade South Texas Sliders to being seniors at Kinkaid, you guys have always made playing baseball so much fun. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents and family for the continuous support since Little League. I'd like to thank my mom for that 2-week trip through Louisiana playing these random fields, and it was a memory I would not forget. I would also like to thank my dad. From early mornings in summer ball to countless workouts and lessons, I truly cannot thank you enough for your endless love and support. Especially last summer, being able to travel around the country and play baseball in front of different colleges is a memory I will never forget, and it would never have been possible without you being there. As I go off to college next year, I will no doubt miss playing baseball for Kinkaid, but I cannot be more excited for what the future holds. Thank you all again for coming. Go Mavs.
To start, I'd like to say congratulations to all my fellow freshman athletes on the work and effort they've put in to be able to play their sport at the next level. Before I get into all of my thank yous, I'd like to start my speech with a little story about how I came to be up here today. 2 summers ago, my mom and I traveled up to Yaphank, New York for a showcase. As a 5'7", 130-pound junior, I most certainly did not jump off the page in any respect. After the parent-coach Q&A, my mom found me and told me about this one coach that stood out to her. This coach, as you can probably guess, was the head coach of a small school in Minnesota that I had never heard of before, McAllister College. Coach Barrington and I talked at that camp, and although at the time I did not think this school would be my final college destination, we kept in touch over the subsequent months. I am now committed to play baseball for the next 4 years at McAllister College, so thank you, Mom, for going to get me to talk to him. I would like to thank Coach Barrington for this amazing opportunity and believing in me so I can continue my baseball career. I would also like to thank Justin Kronk, my recruiting advisor at DCAT, for helping me navigate through the murky waters of the recruiting process. Without your advice and encouragement, I'm not sure if I would be standing here today. Next, I would like to thank all of my post-oak Little League coaches for helping me find my love and learn how to play baseball. From the Mustangs and Pee-wees to the Chihuahuas and Minors, the Dodgers and Majors, and finally the A's and Yankees and Juniors, I cannot thank all of my coaches enough for giving me a great experience over those 7 years. Thank you to Luis, Johnny, Jacob, and Michael, the trainers at Fairchild Sports Performance, who have shaped me into the best athlete I possibly can be. Thank you to all of my teammates in both soccer and baseball. I have created countless memories with each of you, and I'll never forget winning 2 SBC championships last year. To everyone on the baseball team, I expect to have one more ring by the end of this season. Coach Brooks and Coach O, thank you for showing me how to be a leader on and off the field. I've learned so many lessons through soccer that I will carry with me through the rest of my life. To all of the Kinkaid baseball coaches, thank you for believing in me when I did not fully believe in myself. Your encouragement and advice has helped me power through some of my biggest athletic struggles. Thank you for keeping the plate 17 inches and never letting up, even on the small things. This has challenged me to be the best player I possibly can be, and I would not be here without that help. Peyton, thank you for being my biggest fan and coming to every game you possibly can. It means more to me than you may think. Connor, thank you for being my throwing and hitting partner over the months leading up to this baseball season. And thanks for being a good brother, I guess. Happy birthday, by the way. Sorry for stealing some of your attention today. To Mom and Dad, thank you for all the sacrifices you both made for me to be able to stand here at this podium. Thank you for all the rides to practice and tournaments, and specifically, thank you, Dad, for being my road trip partner this past summer. I know spending 3 weeks in a car with me traveling to just about every showcase on the East Coast was maybe not how you thought you would spend your summer, but I will never forget some of the memories we made together that day. Finally, Mom, thank you for being a fighter and for always being in my corner. Even when I didn't want it and made it difficult, you backed me up no matter what. I cannot thank the both of you and the rest of our friends and family enough for everything that y'all have done to help me grow into the athlete and man I am today. Thank you all, and go Scots.
Now we'll begin with the actual signing. We'll go down the line, starting with Ethan. for all the student athletes. I want to thank you all for everything that you've done here at Kinkaid and tell you that we cannot wait to watch you as you continue on your journey. And know this is your home, and you're always welcome here, and we can't wait to see you when you come back. Go Falcons. Now, hold on, a couple of quick announcements here. First, from the security group, I understand that some people mistakenly parked in the fire lane in the parking garage, so if you would be so kind when this is over to move your cars from the fire lane to the regular parking spots, that would be helpful. We also have snacks, some great looking desserts right over here that you're welcome to, and then to all of the student athletes. Can we get you immediately, just for a quick picture with David over here, and then you can come back to the table and we can stay and do a bunch of photos right here. So, thanks for everybody. Great day to be